Hello, everybody out there. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. Chris here. Wanted to do a quick video to show off some stuff that we've received this week. Unfortunately, with President's Day, didn't get anything on Monday, but Tuesday was a pretty big deal for my mailbox. This particular week, we've got quite a few through the mail Hall of Fame autographs. We've got quite a few private signing returns. And then including the biggest and most expensive autograph, on-card autograph I've ever paid for from a future Hall of Famer. So I'll show that off in just a minute. I wanted to do a quick thank you to Mike, baseball collector. He gave us a shout out over the weekend. Much appreciated. He is someone that we watch pretty regularly, and so made the boys feel very special. They feel internet famous. I'm not sure what stories they've told at school this week, but Mike, thank you a lot. If you like Mike, I'll tell you, I love the stuff he collects. We're very similar. I love the Texas Rangers. That's where I grew up, who I still cheer for. And I love Hall of Fame cards. I love vintage cards. I love autographs. And I kind of, as the market goes, you know, when vintage cards were up, I spent a lot more money on autographs. And as vintage cards come down, I'll spend quite a bit of money on vintage cards. And then I always have stuff at PSA. So I've got autographs and regular cards pending. But I want to show off what we got. Again, thank you to Mike, and we'll get to showing off here. All right, so the first card I'm going to show off here is a return from Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. This is 2000 Topps with the Rays, so kind of hard to get used to. This is a card that, like I said, he graciously signs through the mail. We sent him two, so also added the 1990 Topps. You can see the autograph a little bit better on this particular card. So 1990 was one of the first years that I collected the entire set of Topps. So for me, a little nostalgic, but pretty cool return from Mr. Boggs. Thank you very much. He signs through the mail, $10 a card. The next through the mail Hall of Famer is Jim Palmer. This is 1967 Topps, so this is actually his second year card. We've sent quite a few to Mr. Palmer, and he's in California. He sends back very quickly, which is very much appreciated. So a good card. It's not the most perfectly centered card, but good looking card to get signed. And we sent him two. This is the other card. You might recognize it. Obviously, it's a 1968 Topps. So got that beautiful Palmer signature on it. So, like I said, very much appreciated. Also have Whitey Herzog. So this is 1963 Topps. Got a big chaw in of tobacco, so I assume maybe gum, who knows. But cool looking card. This is from his playing days, obviously when he was with the Detroit Tigers. And we also got back 1961 Topps. So this is when he was with the Kansas City Athletics. So thank you, Mr. Herzog. Always a good Hall of Famer to add. We sent off to a private signing. This was the Houston card show, I believe. I sent through a private signer for several cards, and these cards that I'm about to show were sent directly to the TriStar provider there. And so this is a Fergie Jenkins signed Topps card. You know, I noticed that he was signing $30, I think is what it was the cost of a Fergie Jenkins autograph. And you know, he signs through the mail for $40, so I thought, I better send some cards to him. Feel like I'm getting a deal. So when you send through the mail, he'll add the Hall of Fame. So he didn't add that inscription, but you know, nice thing is his signature's pretty distinct, but TriStar will authenticate it. So I sent that one, and I sent his first standalone card, 1967 Topps. So beautiful card, and really glad to add this particular Fergie Jenkins to our collection. So good stuff. I sent 3 cards, 3 Biggio cards. So 2 of them were sent with the private signer, so I should be getting those back sometime later this week. But here's our 1989 Topps. So this is not a Tiffany, it's just a regular 89 Topps. I actually pulled this out of a pack not too long ago, and so that kind of made it a little extra special to send. So there is Biggio's signature. And like the Fergie, it's got the TriStar authentication. And then his Killer Bee teammate, Jeff Bagwell, was there. This is, I didn't really have any Bagwell signatures. I sent 2 other Bagwell signatures, and I'll show this off when we get them, but our cards for signatures. I really like this card. This is 2005 Topps. I like the last name on the top. And I think if you had to explain one thing about Jeff Bagwell, at least from someone who didn't watch him every day, but I think his stance, his batting stance, is something that I'll always remember about him. And so that's why I picked this card. It's a little bit of an odd card, but I just thought it was cool to have his signature on this card. I don't know, they charge, Bagwell and Biggio charge $70 an autograph. At least that's what they've been charging. So on to the biggest card, or the most expensive autograph I've ever added to a card. And we got this back this week. So this is a man that I witnessed hit 3 home runs against my Rangers in Game 3 of the 2011 World Series. I still remember it. I was sitting in the outfield for that game, and in Arlington, and you got to respect the guy. So I know the last few years have been a little rough, but he has the numbers and certainly has the rings to merit first ballot Hall of Fame. And I kind of watched, he since 2013, I think, he's charged $300 for his autograph on a rookie card. And I just don't see that going down. If anything, I see it going up. So that's why I decided to go ahead and spring for this particular autograph. So I thought it was worth it. It is Beckett witnessed. So, if I'm going to spend that much money on a card and that much money on an autograph, I certainly want someone with some staying power to be watching when this is signed, if I can't be the one handing it to Mr. Pujols. But great job on the signing, and really excited to add that to our collection. Picked up a few cards this week that I'll show off real quick here. One is the 1995 Bowman's Best, Scott Rowland. I've got one of these at PSA. I wanted to have one on hand in case Rowland ever does a signing. I think his Hall of Fame trend is on the way up, and I think he will be getting into the Hall of Fame eventually. It may be a year or 2 more for sure, but at any rate, this is a good card to add. I've noticed, a lot of vintage cards have kind of gone down. This card's remained pretty steady in its prices, and so anyways, added that one, and we'll have that one ready if he ever does a private signing. Another card that I've kind of eyed for a while, and I talked about some vintage cards seem to be going down, and for whatever reason, I've been watching the 1981 Topps Joe Montana, and it's trended down a little bit to a place where I was comfortable paying what I did for this one. This is not a perfect card by any means. I'd say probably a PSA 4 or 5 maybe if I was lucky. Has some issues, a little bit of soft corners, obviously some centering issues, and I've got an issue with it being in a screw down. I'll be taking it out of that pretty soon. But anyways, really nice card to add to the collection. For me, when I was born, he was the first just legitimate quarterback that I got to watch. And so I'm not a 49ers fan, by any means, but I am a Joe Montana fan, so I wanted to add that one to the collection. So I wanted to show off a few pulls. So, I mentioned we got a Wander Franco. We opened up a hanger this week, got a second Wander Franco, and we got that one. So this is I think it's a Walmart, I don't know if you would call it navy. I mean, it's navy, but I think it's a blue. It's not numbered, nothing, crazy special, other than it's just a parallel. And very awesome pull. It's pulled out of a hanger box. So we haven't, outside of a hobby box of 2022 tops, we haven't opened a lot. And I suspect we'll open more, but that was a nice surprise. And we also opened some Topps Chrome, just a blaster. We did not do either of these on camera because we frequently open cards, but we're able to pull this, which is a short print of Mike Trout, which is always a good thing, right? And this one is a silver, the chrome prism, whatever you want to call it. So very awesome card. Would be a great card for an autograph. Unfortunately, Trout doesn't sign autographs, which kind of leads me to what we're going to be doing here in the next few weeks. So I'm sending off some cards to get autographed. There's some private signings going on. I kind of wanted to show off a few of those as I've been preparing them. So this card we're sending off to Ricky. So this is 1982 Topps. It's an iconic Ricky Henderson card, and we've got several of Ricky's cards autographed. I think this one will be really nice, and I think I'm actually going to have him do a vertical, autograph right across here. I don't really ask people request where autographs go. I'm not big on that. I think the player's giving us some time, so let them do it. But on that one, I think that's what I'd like to see. And I'm also sending his last Topps card. This is his final, I guess, official Topps card. This is the from 2003. So I don't really remember him as a Dodger, but at any rate, I think this would be a cool card to get autographed. It's a beautiful card, just the blue. His Dodgers. I think I showed off an Adrian Beltre card the other day, and it just looks so nice autographed. So we want to add that to our Ricky collection. There's also a Glavine signing coming up. So we're going to send at least 2 cards to that. It's $50 a card, totally worth it, I think. We only have one Topps Glavine card autographed. So this is his 88 Topps. And then I'm going to send his 88 score. Not my favorite card, but it is on the registry. I think it would be nice to go ahead and get that autographed. We're going to send some to Nolan. So I'm going to send 1977 Topps. We do not have that one autographed yet. I'm going to send the 1980 Topps. So, I mean, he's already kind of autographed these. You can see these are some of the last, Topps issued cards that I'll have him sign to complete our Topps run. But those, have already been signed. Not really signed, but, have the simile. And I'm sorry, I've got them in bags already. That's how I send them to the foundation. But his 1988 Topps, and then lastly his 1989 Topps. So his 1989 Topps Traded was one of the first cards out of his Topps run that got signed. So I guess it's only fitting that I sent his regular 1989 Topps card as our final card. A few other cards we're going to send. This one. You'll notice I'm not a big, I know SGC, a lot of people who really like it. I'm not a big SGC collector by any means, but I bought this card I went back and looked. I got it on Valentine's Day 2020, and I paid $10.50 for this card. And so I think shipping was free. At any rate, it's an 8.5 from SGC. I don't really collect SGC, and so I'm going to, in lieu of purchasing this card raw, I'm going to crack this one because it's not a perfect card. I'm going to prep it. I'll use a baby powder to prep it. And long story short, Juan Franco's doing a signing. And so I was able to secure a couple spots. So I'm going to send this one. And I can't decide. Should I do the parallel or just the base tops? So if you have any opinions, shoot them down in the comments. I'll be happy to see what you think. So really the last thing I've got, I have a few Rangers that we added through the mail this week. We got Bobby Valentine's rookie. Bobby Valentine is a big Nolan Ryan guy, played with him and then managed him, brought him to the Texas Rangers. So I like Bobby Valentine. Got Gary Milkey, so big old side armor. So he signs through the mail for free, which is kind of nice. And then I added, really nice, David Murphy. So probably I think it's my wife's favorite Ranger of all time. We were actually at a game where Murphy pitched at Fenway Park, and so we sent him a nice letter. So really kind of a cool autograph to add. He's kind of a color commentator, our guest fill-in for the Rangers now. So love to add those cards. So at any rate, that's what we got going on this week. That's what we've added to the collection. So we'll leave with Joe Montana, and hope everyone has a great week. And I think some of the stuff, like I said, I'm gonna start kind of showing some of the stuff we're sending for private signings. If you think that's cool, let me know. I was thinking about doing a video about kind of where I get my cards, how I get them, how I organize them, where I find private signings, how I send to private signings. So if that's something that interests you also, let me know in the comments, and I'll expedite that video. So at any rate, hope everyone has a good rest of the week, and we will see ya.